Alright, so it's been requested for me to show a video over some data for some of the iframe numbers I've been throwing out on Reddit. So that's what I'm here to do right now. Well, you can't really prove iframes without going into a video editor and checking when you do or do not get hit. I can compare the numbers I get out of my program with numbers we do know are correct, and hopefully that'll give some credibility to some other numbers I get which are not widely known. Just a quick note on how my program works. I'm scanning a pointer in Dark Souls 3's memory, and which corresponds to iframes currently being active, and counting how long that stays on. You can convert the approximate time it stays on to a number of frames. I made a quick reference on the window to the right. Now the values do like to turn on and off for some reason. I haven't really figured it out, and it splits the data up. You'll see what I'm talking about when I actually start. And I'll be testing actions in order of how many iframes they give, from least to most. Window on the top right will give you the time the iframes are active. Let me just restart the program, and you could ignore all that pretty much. That's just for something else. We'll be starting with an FP-less quick step. Surprise, surprise, quick step without FP does give iframes. So let's see, let's just do a couple quick steps. 185, 170, 189, 198, 170. I did a bunch of these, and it averages out to about 175, 180, which generally corresponds to 5.5-ish frames. So we can just say Quickstep has between 5 to 6 frames. I'm sure there's some lag introduced by pinging the memory address. I haven't really figured out if that I should be adding or subtracting. I'll figure that out later. Next, we'll have a fat roll. Actually, yeah, I just did a fat roll. So over here you can see how it gave two different numbers. That's what I meant by the value turning on and off. Generally what I do is just add them together. I'll just keep rolling until I get an actual number. 406, 411, 419, 395, 413, 403, and that generally averages to about 400 plus a little bit, which is about 12 frames, and that is known. Fat rolls have 12 frames of iframes, so that's generally correct. Now let's go back to a normal roll. That should do it, and I should be expecting an average of about 433 milliseconds for 13 frames as shown on the right. So let's see, I'm not going to add that. 447, 438, 435, 442, 440, 439, 462, 441, generally about 440 plus change. And that's pretty close to 13 frames, which is also a number that's pretty widely known. Now let's try Quickstep with FP. 557 milliseconds, 575, 564, 579. It's generally about 570, 575-ish average. You can add that together, it should be around 575. 576, 578. So, and that corresponds to 17 frames. So here we can see that Quickstep actually has 17 iframes active. Let's put on the blood ring. There we go. And people have found the blood ring roll has about 17 iframes, so I should be expecting about 575 average again. See, I'm not counting that. 573, 575, 578, 542, 319 plus 248, 566, 587, generally about 570, 575 milliseconds. And that corresponds to the 17 frames of iframes it gives, which is another number that's pretty widely known. Just for completeness sake, I might as well just do a fast roll. And it should be about the same, since normal rolls and fast rolls have the same amount of iframes. Stop giving me multiple numbers. 578, 577, 577, 574 plus 13. Come on. 574, 559, 578, you get the idea. But you can see that fast rolls and normal rolls have the same number of iframes, which was known. So hopefully you can see how my program works now. It's pretty simple. Just do an action, get some magic numbers that come out.